Okay, so I'll do one that's pretty clear that we've talked about a little bit before, but I think is just too good not to mention, and that is X-Men 97. The
Yes.
animated Disney Plus show, and it's a spinoff. It continues the story of X-Men, the animated series, which ended in 97. So kind of takes that X-Men 97 concept and idea, and it follows this team of the X-Men, team of X-Men who are trying to navigate life apart from Professor Charles Xavier, so Professor X. So they're trying to live their lives now under the direction of Cyclops or Scott Summers. So they're trying to live their life under his direction, but then they're also having to contend with the fact that Magneto is also vying for control. He's also vying for control in this mutant utopia called Krakoa, right? So he's like trying to get them to recognize their own power. There are a few episodes in this season of X-Men 97, because this is season one, that are some of the best television I've ever seen. Like without any doubt. Like just some of the best television. Obviously we've talked about or Bo and I talked about in certain spaces in separate places. The story of the show, Remember It, the episode Remember It on X-Men 97, which was absolutely heart-wrenching, heartbreaking. There's a scene as well in the show, which I won't get into too much detail because it may be a spoiler for some people, but there's a scene where people say, Magneto was right. Very much so giving you the Malcolm was right kind of vibes,
Right.
like
Exactly. Exactly.
um
Folks
there's just
sleep on
so
that.
much.
Tell just a little snippet about Professor X Magneto and
So
how that was in the context
the
of civil rights.
the rumor and kind of the folk tale is that they were created with the idea that the archetypes of Dr. King being Professor X and Malcolm X being Magneto. Some people have said that's overblown. Some people said that's not true. Some people say, whatever it is, it fits. Okay. Let me tell you, it fits. So if we did it later, we did it. Okay. Then that's us. We us. Okay. I don't know what
Right,
to tell
right,
you.
right.
But whatever it is, it fits in terms of the difference in philosophy and how pretty quickly in you can see the value and the benefit and the argument for both perspectives. But also, you can see that both perspectives would be lacking in some way, shape, or form. That's throughout all of X-Men
Hmm.
lore, that they almost need each other as balance. They need each other as
Mm.
some sort of collaborative reality. But I mean, the show doesn't even really get it. The exploration of the characters, the depth, the subversion of characters and plots and twists, and people aren't who you think they are, and couldn't be who you imagined. Every time I think back, that's kind of a key thing for me with the cultural artifacts is when I think back on something, did it really like make me think or make me process what's happened before and almost longingly be like, man, I need to go back and revisit that. And every time I think about X-Men 97, that's how I feel. And, Gambit has always been my favorite superhero outside of like a Black Panther or what have you. So Gambit's always been my favorite superhero. So this show does Gambit properly. That's what I'll
Ah,
say. This show does
which is
Gambit
tough to
properly for
do.
sure.
Very good.
Oh, it's the best, the peak Gambit. So yeah, definitely X-Men 97.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that was definitely a remarkable feat of writing and animation, and nostalgia in a good way.